Hi guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about my bestie who's gone in the villa, and we haven't had a chance to actually catch up on what has been going down. And obviously I've got my bestie tonight here today to join me whilst the other one's away. So I haven't actually had a chance to speak to you guys about what's been going on since Ron has been in the villa. But I do feel like he first went in, I don't know what you think, but being quite confident, being the cheeky chap he is. But then I feel like, I don't know, since then he's just not been himself.
I can't lie, I feel a bit torn about this because he went in so confident, so cheeky, and then I just feel like he kind of got shut down, don't you think?
Yeah, I do feel like in the beginning, I gave him one job. I was like, chat to Elma, because I think that she comes across really well.
Yeah.
And I do think that they would have been really well suited, and she's really pretty. But then I feel like he went in and annoyed her, if anything. I do feel like, that was a bit annoying, I can't lie, I don't blame her for that. But then I do feel like it was dragged out into something it didn't need to be. And like, I understand her getting pissed off a little bit. But then I think Ronnie, in the beginning, like, to be like, have you come in here to annoy me? Like, no bro, like, if anything, he's taken it so wrong. Like, if anything, if I was him, I would have been happy and been like, thanks for sticking up for me.
Do you know what I mean? In my opinion, Ron's come in and basically said, Elma, listen, you've overreacted. So would Ronnie not turn around and be like, thank you?
Yeah.
I
really don't understand it.
I don't get it.
I just don't get it. I feel like he overreacted, and then to turn around and say like, oh, do you think he's jealous because I've got the full name?
Oh, no, come on. Like,
I know him so much.
Didn't we say though, it was going to be about all the Rons? And it really is. Like, Ronnie, I don't know. I feel like he's trying to out-alpha him. Don't you think?
Yeah,
that conversation didn't sit right with me at all, because in my opinion, that is what kind of set Ron back a little bit, because considering his past history
on Love Island. But not just that though, I feel like it was a few things. Like, I think everyone's speaking about the whole situation behind his back. Like, you can feel when things are going on in the villa behind your back. No one's stupid, you just get that feeling. And like, everyone, I feel like, blew it way out of proportion. Like, he, if anything, was trying to, I think, flirt with her, went about it the wrong way. But he weren't being rude or disrespectful. I just feel like he was trying to say like, oh, you've settled down too quick, keep your options open, hint, hint, I'm here now.
Do you know what it kind of reminded me of? You know, in school when like the boy fancies you and he's a bit mean to you.
So he tries to insult you.
Yeah. It was literally that, like, what are you doing?
But I just feel like still though, nevertheless, like, that did not need to be dragged out by to that extent, and that annoyed me a little bit, I can't even lie. But whatever, I'm glad like they spoke in the end, and Elma and Ron like kind of like sorted it out, even though I do think that, like I said, I think she took it completely the wrong way. But whatever, I get how she would be more annoyed than he would be. But then I feel like he handled it like a proper gent. Like,
he did.
He apologised, didn't get his back up, because I do feel like people have spoken to him in the villa quite like in a rudish way, and like kind of picked on him, and I really ain't happy with it, guys.
I can't lie, I do think it's the case, and I do think it started with this whole Ronnie drama, because in my opinion, what Ronnie tried to do is assert his authority and be like, I'm the big boy, like, in this villa. I know that sounds mad to say, but I do think that's the case. And where he previously didn't have the best experience with the boys last season, I think he just thought, do you know what, I don't want any drama with the boys, I'm going to let this one slip and just...
But also, when you first come into a villa and you've got to be a bombshell, obviously I didn't experience being a bombshell, but I feel like coming in later, you're already not like as comfortable, because you're not familiar with everyone as much as everyone else is. So it's harder to come into that, and then to be kind of like shut down a little bit,
it's not
makes you feel much more like, I feel like he's holding back now, and I feel like he can't be himself. And just in certain little games and stuff, when he's had to pick someone, or I don't know, like it's like, can the geezer not have an opinion? Like, are you really going to shut him down?
Shut down?
Yeah, and I really can't, like, not happy with it whatsoever. I just feel like it's too extreme and just nasty, really.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an uncomfortable feeling to watch. I feel like watching him is
honestly
nice.
You wouldn't believe like the amount of people. So I put up, guys, last night like a question box on Insta to be like, ask me whatever you want, I'm gonna do a Love Island debrief, which we are now. And I kid you not, and the majority of the questions were people saying, have you noticed the uncomfortableness? Like, it's actually uncomfortable to watch Ron in the villa and how he's being treated. So that's not me overthinking it. Like, and
no.
Because I understand, like, if you guys are watching and thinking, oh, she's a bit too much, she's overprotective, because naturally I would be, because it is my best friend. Naturally, you defend your friends more than you would, I don't know,
like a stranger,
because you're gonna, do you know what I mean? Even if my friend was wrong, like, I'd tell them, but I'd still defend them, because it's just what you do. But I really think in this situation, I'm not even trying to defend him. I just think I've been uncomfortable watching it.
I do think so, and I feel like a lot of people are chiming in. I can see Casey sliding.
Like, Casey, what's he picking for?
I can't remember. I think there was a challenge, fakest or something like that.
I don't know if it was a fakest.
Whatever it was.
I don't want to say because I actually don't remember. But he picked him for something, and I just thought, you're so, like, I always felt this as well about Casey. Like, I've always said this, like, I don't think he's a genuine friend to Ron. And let me tell you something, I genuinely feel that because Lana picked it. I know this is so silly because it was ages ago, but because Lana picked
it's like it hit his ego.
Ron over Casey, he's always going to have, it bruised his ego, and it's like he kind of has this little thing with Ron now because of it. Now I so understand how you felt, you know.
Thank you, guys.
Oh my God.
Doing my nutting.
I used to tell tonight, like, when I come back, why did you go mad at everyone so much? Why did you go so public?
Yeah.
Like,
she done my nutting from the day she come out.
I really don't blame you, like, honestly.
You can't control that.
It really hurts you.
Yeah.
You see your friend upset, like, I want to cry. I love my best friend.
It's awful. It's so awful. And you feel like you have to come on here and like justify and support them because you don't want the world to have this perception of like what you know of that person and what's being portrayed, because he's just not being himself. He's really not at all.
No, but I do think that he will come out of his show, and I do think he's going to be himself eventually.
Yeah.
I just think that something's going to happen, and I hope that in certain situations, like if he speaks up or like, I don't know, pick someone for a challenge in a game or I don't know, like he's been asked the question, what was it yesterday, who was the bitchiest, and he picked Ekin Su, and like her response, listen, I do understand someone being defensive, because if someone picked me as the bitchiest, I'm not going to be like, thanks for that. I'd be like, prick. But at the same time, I just think like shutting him down when he's trying to talk is not okay. Like, let the geezer speak a little bit too. You're speaking. Let him have his say. Like, just relax a bit, man.
Listen, there's a difference between not being happy. If someone called me a bitch, I'd be like, yeah, fuck off. Do you know what I mean? I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but like he was put in the position to pick. You had to pick someone.
But her response was bitchy, because you can laugh if it's your friends or even someone you're cool with. You'll be like, oh, you're the bitch. Fuck
well, do you know what though?
Do you know what I mean?
I'm in a way glad this happened, because tonight's episode, I just saw a little clip, and I haven't actually watched tonight's episode yet. Like, you're not going to realise, but as in, like, we haven't watched today's episode after that. The casino, the Vegas night. After the Vegas night, we ain't watched nothing. But I've seen a little clip on Love Island today on Insta. I always watch like the little things, and something come up saying how I think she goes to Ronnie and says how Harriet didn't say, don't take my word for this, but something like she goes and says like, oh, I just think you should know, like, she didn't say that she loves you back, or she's not 100% sure, something along the line. But you can't sit there and say 1 minute that, oh, I'm always going to defend my girls. I think what she was trying to say is defend Elma, maybe. But you know where you're wrong though with that. Don't lie for your friends and make them look stupid, because that's not you're being a liar.
You're an idiot. Sorry,
then you're being a liar. You're not actually doing the right thing.
I'm so glad that this is going to come out, because my thoughts on Ekin Su.
But I don't, obviously, you know until you watch the whole thing. You don't really know.
Of course. But I just see this girl as so disingenuous. I don't know her personally, so I can't talk on it. But I really do see her as a disingenuous person. I think what she done with Elma in the very beginning, saying, oh, God, like, you know, she's going to lick your man, blah, blah, blah. But chill, you're egging her on. And I think that's what she does. Even with that whole showman thing.
At the time, I'll be honest, I did think, oh, she's been a very good friend, in the sense of like, go on, have your head screwed on, like, be careful, be smart, don't be naive to this. Which is something I do to my friends sometimes. I like,
but there's a difference in personality.
But at the same time, now time has gone past, one thing I have realised, I don't know if you lot will agree, but it's actually more towards Kaz.
No, she's got an issue with Kaz.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. Look, what Kaz did was not okay. I don't agree with that. That's your friend of 5 years. You've known that geezer for 5 minutes and you kissed him after 5 minutes. That doesn't run. But the backlash she received, unacceptable, 1. 2, everyone chiming in. And Ekin, I just feel like any opportunity she gets to like dig Kaz out or make Kaz a bad person, she will. So I don't think anything she's doing, even if it's good, I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think it's from a good place. And I think all she's trying to do is cause drama. You can't sit there and lie and say, yeah, Ronnie, oh, you did say that. I was there. It was a showman's. You wasn't even there. So you completely take away from, even if Elma was right, that from her good point, do you know what I mean? That, I don't know, it just discredits her. She discredits herself, and she discredits the argument, and she discredits her friends. So for me, Ekin is just, not my cup of tea.
No, I understand that. So, what do you think about Harriet coming in?
I can't lie.
I loved it. I feel like this has been so good to watch.
This series has been amazing. I feel like there was a little bit of a bleep period where it just kind of went down. But Harriet come in like a breath of fresh air. And I like how she's quite different to her last series, don't you think?
Yeah.
I love quite like,
she's been a very
like her shit. Yeah. She's like, I'm not going to pick you. Yeah. I'm picking Ron. To kind of teach him it's not that available.
Listen, let's be honest. I do think that she just picked Ron
To spite Ronnie.
Yeah. And well done, girl.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, good for you. The only thing is, obviously, this is why I get where Ron didn't want to get to know her too much. Because, no, like, I get what you're going to say.
Yeah.
But as in the sense of, like, you know, you're being, like, how do
you're
you say?
pawn.
Yeah, you're being the pawn of someone's situation. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's going to be dragged into this drama. He don't want it.
Same time though, last time with Molly and Callum, it didn't turn out that way.
Yeah.
And look, now Molly's with Tom. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
Callum's
he should
with
have
someone
given
else.
her the chance, I think.
He should have given her the chance, but again, this is where it pissed me off because I feel like Ronnie's presence, or like the male, not just Ronnie, like the male presence, made him say, not made him, but I don't know, I think he just preferred to be like, don't worry, bro, I'm not going there with your girl, like, it's all good.
Yeah.
But
I do genuinely think he doesn't fancy her.
Look, he probably doesn't fancy her. It's not his type, okay, but I just think he probably would have at least tried to get to know her a little bit. And I don't know, I just really see that male presence shutting him down a little bit. Down to Luca, supposedly his best friend, turning around and telling Grace his business, saying he didn't fancy her. But Grace's best friend's with Harriet. So why are you doing that? You're doing that to spite him. I don't know. I don't know.
It's like there's no bro code in this villa. Like, it is mad. Like, how are you not? Just shut your mouth. Shut your fucking mouth. The only thing where Ron went wrong though is you went and said it in front of Ronnie as well. So I understand. Yeah. I actually don't think Ronnie was bad.
No, Ronnie's not wrong.
I can't lie. Like, you gave him the right to go and say it.
And
but
obviously
Luca didn't need to. Why is it any of your business? What's wrong with him? What's going on with Luca? He was one of my faves. He's really gone downhill.
Yeah. No. My favourite though, on that note, is, I'm not going to lie, I think this is quite controversial, Scott. But it is Scott. I'm not going to lie.
I didn't really like Scott that much in the beginning. He's good looking. He seems like, I don't know, like, I get why the girls would go for him, but I think I started off thinking I don't like him because of how he treated India. Not that he treated her bad, but when she, like, I feel like he made such a big hoo-ha when Tina walked in, over-explained it, so he deeped it so much, and then went on about how he's letting her know and being respectful, but you could so tell he basically said, see ya.
Yeah.
I'm going to get to know her. And then when India reacted the way she did, I feel like he tried to make her feel like that was too much. No, like, I don't actually think the girl done anything wrong.
No.
So I felt really, really sorry for her in that sense. So that's where I wasn't keen on him. But now I'm starting to think, you know what? Like, with the whole... No, I feel like he's good as a friend in other ways. I do think he was pushing Luca.
He did. Look, my opinion was this whole India situation, 100% India's right.
Yeah.
Scott overreacted 1,000,000%. But I personally see Scott in a little bit of a different light to most people. I see someone, I think he's far too mature, and I don't want to say too old for the show, but I just think he's not on the same level as the majority of the people who go into the show. I think they're a lot more. But I do think he switches it up too quickly. He does. No, like, he does. He gets triggered very easily.
He's so into, not even triggered, I think more like he's so invested into Tina. The next thing you know, he's so like, explain how he's so confused. It's one extreme to the other. So I do get why India thought that he was playing a game.
No, listen, if I was India, I would have given him the pass.
Like, I wouldn't really have trusted, if that was my man, I wouldn't really trust him.
But you do also,
I wouldn't know where I stand with him.
It is Love Island, and if there is look, he obviously did like India, but he probably fancied Tina more. And I think because where he's such a good person, I think, and emotionally a lot more mature, he's probably thinking, I've got to do the right thing, I'll respect and tell, and that's where he ended up over-explaining himself. So when the calculated card got given to him, he's like, well, 1 minute, I'm trying to be honest and open with you and not do nothing sly behind your back.
But to say you've given me the ick.
No, I don't agree with the reaction. Yeah, I don't agree with the reaction, but I feel like I can see him through a different light. Although on Vegas night, he did provoke Luca. Luca went too far, but he did provoke him.
But you never ever snake someone like that.
But that's why Luca's a snake.
Yeah, like, I can't lie. Wow. Like, you don't do that. Do you know what I mean? And I did hear, so remind me how this went down, because it just happened so quickly. I was like,
come on to Grace, and I think it was Truth. If I'm not
why was Scott saying that? I don't want to disrespect you. I feel like he was trying to push it.
No, he did provoke him. So Grace got the truth card, and I think Scott wanted to maybe say something like, "Oh, who would you go for if like Luca wasn't in your couple?" Probably hoping she said him, because it looks like Scott does fancy Grace, obviously.
Yeah, well, because he has to. Whenever he's confused about someone, it's because he spots someone else.
Yeah,
we know his movement now.
Yeah, we do. So there's obviously some sort of trail, and then Luca's like, "Well, go on then, bro. Like, say what you're saying." He's like, "No, man. I have respect for you. I'm not." Naturally, yes, Luca's going to get his back up. However, Luca took it way too far. Way too far. And I do think, I can see why Luca got provoked, but I do think, like, the boys, like, that type of behaviour, and Luca is very much this way, like, the bitchiness of it probably rubbed off onto him, and maybe he thought, I'm gonna try and be like these boys. I don't know. I see why he got provoked, but I don't think it warranted that type of reaction because you not only embarrassed Scott, you broke his friendship and trust, but more importantly, he hurt Tina in the crossfire, which ain't cool because Tina's come in on such a lovely bubbly
and then, like a lot of people though are saying like, but if anything, like Scott should be worrying about how he will make Tina feel. But I do think, in a way, yes, of course, but you should be able to tell your friends a secret,
100%,
and it not go somewhere like that. Is you should be able to just talk to your friend, and it not just fucking be relayed back in the game or fucking casino. That was awful.
No, it just also speaks a testament to how he deals with things, which is clearly quite malicious. I can't lie. Not for me.
I can't lie. Very good TV though.
Good TV, but I don't know. I just feel sorry for Scott because I just think he's feeling very out of place in that villa. Obviously, he hasn't established a romantic connection, and he's just, I don't know. I have a feeling Scott's gonna leave.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh gosh, she's always right.
I'm always right. I'm not gonna lie, and I do feel like Scott's gonna leave. It's not his time, and I think sometimes when you go back onto these types of shows, it makes or breaks you. And I
don't think he'll leave them because I don't like. If he found it hard to find a connection, then I say yes. But I think he's quite easy to fall in and out of.
He is, but there's no longevity to it though.
Yeah.
Like, as in, he'll like them and say, yeah, I really like this. But I think Scott is clearly looking for something.
Yeah.
I genuinely think Scott's on there for love. However, there's a difference between wanting it and looking for it and also being ready to accept
But at the same
that.
time, you know what I don't agree with? He said, like, let's be honest, guys, he thinks Tina's not wifey material. He said it in one of the previous ones, I think when it was around India time. I think he said something like, oh, I never remember things. But I think he said something like, I don't know if I could settle down with her, or she'd be more fun. Something along them lines. So, and he basically relayed that the other day, no? Was it yesterday? I think he might have like mentioned the same sort of thing. So if he sees he said, if you was to ask me now, I don't know if I'd see like a future.
Oh yeah.
But I think he's made comments like that before. So you knew that going into it. So also, if he seems like he's mature and knows what he wants, but then also like, he seems kind of like pick more wisely then if that's the case. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with her because she's beautiful, but you thought that before you picked her.
No, I do agree.
She picked him, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like he kind of knew that beforehand before he.
But that's why I don't think the show's for Scott. I'll be real, because it looks like he wants something, but he can't find it, and I just don't think he's probably in the right place to be. I don't know, looking for a girlfriend or looking to settle down, because you're forced to want to get to know these people, but then you're also, even though it's Love Island, and you should be allowed to explore other options, but in reality, you're not, because you think, oh, that's my boy's girl. Like, for example, with Lily fancies Grace. Can you get to know Grace? No, because he's then going to have the drama with Luca. I just don't think this is Scott's time, and I really can foresee him leaving, to be honest. And I think it's probably for the better, because he seems to be quite, I don't know, just easily triggered and like very emotional, and I think things cut him quite deeply. So I don't know, I just can't foresee him staying, to be honest.
I think that Elma's probably feeling right now, because I actually feel really sorry for her. Like, even though I feel like she's wasted her energy on Ronnie, who's for a while now, I think, been showing like this man is not gonna stand by you, like at all. But I just think it's so deep how it's gone down, because either way, whether he's done that, like his feelings went from fully invested into her to completely nothing. And like that is so deep for any girl.
I think from a woman's perspective, it's not nice.
No.
It's not nice at all. And I think she clearly put all her eggs in Ronnie's basket. And although there were so many red flags, I just think she chose to want to ignore them, because I do think she really liked him. And I feel sorry for her, because obviously this has nothing to do with Harriet.
But then I noticed that he'd go to her and be like, no, like he'd reassure her a little bit, but then he'd carry on. His actions were always different. So I get, maybe she should have cut it off sooner, but then I feel like just now she needs to just completely cut it off, because she's too good for him.
Yeah, I mean, look, clearly it's obviously done. At the end of the day, Ronnie's obviously in love with Harriet, but I don't think that's fair, because you can't, I feel like, come in to Love Island loving your ex. Look, it's fine if you've broken up with your ex and you're like, do you know what, if you see them, cool, those feelings might rush back.
But how can he loves her? How can it take one kiss for you to be like, oh, I'm in love with you?
But this is the thing, it didn't take one kiss. So he sent the flowers to her, obviously in December, as they've said on the show. And I think he's asked her to be his girlfriend a few times or whatever it was. He obviously still wants to be with Harriet. Maybe he uses this as the opportunity to get her back in an environment where she kind of has to stick it out with him.
Maybe.
But I just don't think that's fair on Elma, because he just went from one extreme to another and completely dropped her. Like, she beefed Kaz over him, which
Yeah,
obviously was completely right on Elma's end, but still, like, she potentially lost the friendship with him. She went mad at
They're
Ron,
fine
which
though now.
her and Ron could have, they're fine, but
Yeah.
like, it's still not nice for her to have experienced that.
Yeah.
Her and Ron could have potentially had something, which I genuinely do feel like, as much as he said she's not his type, I do think they would have got on. I don't know, I just think it took away from her experience a little bit, and I don't think that's entirely fair, but I really do foresee Ronnie and Harriet getting together, and I think it'll be an amazing love story, but Elma just got caught in a crossfire, and I don't think that's fair.
I think it was very deep. I can't even lie.
Yeah. I think she needs to just also, like, it's happened now, she does need to let it go, because she doesn't want to look bitter. And I think at the minute, she is coming across as a little bit bitter, although she has every right to be upset.
We would be,
but I feel like...
You know, it's them ones, guys, where it's like, you're dying inside, but you just can't.
You can't show
it.
You
can't give it.
No.
And I know that's so bad to say, but because you should just be able to be honest and mature about your feelings, but at the same time, he don't deserve it from her.
No.
And I just feel like she's got to lie now. She's got to hold that shit in.
Yeah, I don't want her to make this whole situation her experience. She does deserve to move on. As soon as she completely lets it go, as in to the point where she's not making comments, she'll be happier. And I hope someone comes in for her, or ideally, maybe a little rekindling with Ron.
You know what? I would like that. Yeah. Even though she went a bit mad at him and I didn't like that because I'm just protective over Ron. Yeah. But I would like it, I can't lie.
Yeah, because look, don't get me wrong, I think Elma is far too fiery for Ron. She'll probably eat him alive, 100%. But do you know what that is? It's Turkish Cypriot fire. That is what us women are like. We are just, I
don't know if it would happen again.
Yeah.
I would be happy if it did, but I can't see where it's going to go now. I don't know who she's going to like next, to be honest. I really can't see it because she's so hurt.
She is, but she's going to have to get over it, because at the end of the day, what are you going to do? Sorrow in it. Like, look at Gabby. I was so happy, I'm not going to lie, for her sake, that Marcel left, because I felt like it gave her the opportunity to actually move on.
Be free.
And just be free. Not that I think...
But I'm also so glad that she got to actually experience it with him a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you know what? It's not nice having that trauma from the past when someone's done dirty. And like, I'm so glad that they were both mature enough to move past that now. And so she can just... You know, it's nice to actually forgive people.
Of course.
And move past situations. So I think for herself, it's just such a healthy mindset. So yeah, I agree on that sense. And I agree that he's gone as well, because she can blossom.
Yeah, so I hope that happens for Elma. I don't know, let's see.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see what you guys think as well.
Yeah.
Should we play a game?
Go on then.
Okay, so let's say, I'm going to make this juicy though.
Come on.
So, fake or not fake?
Oh.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like it too.
Oh, this is sad on people, but okay.
Well, we got to do it.
It's live.
It's live.
Okay, Montel and Kaz.
So I'd say real, however, I don't think
it's too early.
Yeah, but also I have a feeling he's not feeling into Kaz. I think he's gonna go back to Catherine. And
you know
also
what?
he fancied Grace.
I want him to go back to Catherine, but we had a conversation the other day, and bless her, man. I feel so sorry for her. I think she's one of the most genuine girls in it. It's actually annoying me, because I actually wanted him to go in there and get her, because they're both cute. They're both cute, and I feel like they're really well suited. But he kind of shut her down, and bless her, she was like, "But you didn't really give me we didn't really have that chance." And he was basically like, "No, we did." So I can't lie. I don't think he'll go for her now. Although I
do have a little feeling that he might, and I don't know, potentially. So on that note, Catherine and Naz.
Oh,
obviously fake.
Well, obviously fake, because he will bore her to death. I feel so bad saying that, but he's like, "What are you doing in there?" And slow burn. I'm so sick of hearing this shit. Like, you're going in there, you can't be a slow burner, and you're on Love Island.
I can't lie.
That was my excuse, because I didn't like anyone.
But that is what people say when they don't like someone.
You say that when you don't like someone, or you don't want to pursue it. But don't do that to the girl. Do you know what I mean?
No.
But also, in her defense, I don't think she would even like him that much.
No, listen, she obviously, there's nothing there between them.
I feel like she needs more.
I think Naz, he's a lovely boy. But fuck me, so boring. So boring. My God. But genuinely nice person. I think he's a lovely friend.
But I don't feel like he's gone on there to even find love. What have you gone for? A fucking holiday?
Yeah, I don't get it. I feel like a lot of them are like this. What the fuck is going on?
I was a bit like that, to be fair. Okay, so yeah, fake in that sense. Yeah. So who's the wrong couple up with them? Harriet. Obviously
fake.
Yeah. We need someone for Ron, guys.
We do.
It's killing me seeing this. Ronnie and Harriet, real.
Real.
I would say real.
Yeah, it's there.
Whenever he speaks though, have you realised this?
There is. 1 minute. If anyone loves Harry Potter.
What the fuck is that?
Right, if you love
Keep
Harry
your tongue in your
Potter.
mouth.
No, there's a guy in Harry Potter. He's called Barty Crouch Jr. and he always does that. So every time Ronnie does it, it reminds me of him. It makes me die. Big up the Harry Potter fans if you're a Harry Potter fan, because you will fully get what I'm saying. This idiot doesn't like Harry Potter. It's a weird concept if you don't.
I know.
It's weird. But if you are a Harry Potter fan, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it needs to stop.
Yeah.
It's in everything.
No, it's funny.
Control your mouth.
No, it's funny. Yeah. So him and Harry, real.
Grace and Luca. Real and fake, I'd say.
I think they both fancy each other.
Yeah, so that's why it's genuine.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I just don't think it's going to last.
There's no longevity to it.
No, and I do actually think after that game, for the Vegas night, I do think that Luke had done that because he fancied Tina still. And he was bothered I couldn't get her, so I'm going to try and... He didn't realise
sabotage.
Yeah, but he sabotaged it for Scott. Why? Because you still got a thing for Tina, and your ego was bruised that she picked him over you.
I think so too. Tina and Scott.
Real as in the sense of like, obviously it's fake now.
It's fake.
Yeah, it's fake, but as in like Tina was genuine with it, and I think Scott didn't go into it for fake reasons.
No, I do
think
agree.
they fancied each other, and I just think that he should have thought properly before it, maybe. But
Agreed.
again, like you test these things out, trial and error.
Gabby and Casey.
Real from Gabby's point of view, yeah, and fake from Casey.
I feel sorry for Gabby again.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just feel like the girls are really having a tough time in there because I don't know, I just don't really
trust the reason why she feels like in the beginning she had to keep questioning things or this is that about Casey because she felt it. A girl's got a gut feeling.
And the gut feeling doesn't lie.
And that's why she feels that way. And I just think, to be fair, he's probably the most well behaved I thought he would be.
I don't know, that comment on Vegas night when Grace said she would have probably picked him. If I was Gabby, I'd be like, am I a dickhead?
Grace said that.
No, because remember when Grace said Casey would be her second option?
Yeah.
And it goes Kate in.
Oh.
Yeah, he was gassed. Whereas if I'm Gabby, I'm like,
no.
I would not be cool with that because if you're thinking, no, I am the prize, I'm the only one you should have eyes for, because what he's saying to her, again, it's quite misleading. You don't have anything to worry about. I'm mad honest with you, but he did fancy Grace from when she first walked in. So, I don't know. Casey, to me, a little bit disingenuine.
You think Curtis? What do you think?
Disingenuine. Curtis, I think, genuinely likes Ekin. Ekin, I don't know if this is just because of my opinion, but I just do not buy anything she says.
To be honest, everyone's saying this. Like, if you're not the first to say this, everyone on every podcast, everywhere is saying how much of an act it is. And I think that, you know what it is, it's just you're never going to be able to know what's real or not with them because they're both actors.
Listen, her acting money and classes has paid off in it because, like, even down to the kissing challenge, what the fuck was that about when she's sitting there getting so jealous? And then when it's her turn, she's rubbing up on the geezers, like, literally caressing their body.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just think everything that she does is with an intention.
Yeah.
I can't lie. It's either the intention to cause drama, have the cameras on her. I don't know. I don't know.
I think, like, as in, I think they're a funny couple, but I don't think it's going to last long. I think that at some point she's going to get bored. So I feel like, now it's my time to pick game.
Go for it.
Let's describe each person with one word.
Gabby.
Sweet. Lovely.
I'd say genuine.
Yeah.
Okay. Grace?
I like that she's confident. She's sexy.
Yeah. My word I'd say is sexy. Like, she's just sexy aura.
Yeah.
Okay. Harriet.
I find her quite funny.
Yeah. Yeah, she is.
She's funny. She's like, this is too much for me. She's dramatic. Yeah. I don't want this, Gracie. You went into the villa with your ex, you wanted this.
Yeah, love. Mine would be, it would have been mysterious in the beginning, but now I just say a bit dramatic.
Yeah,
but it's good dramatic.
Yeah. Okay. Elma.
Fiery.
She's fiery, actually.
Yeah.
She's got a tongue on her, innit?
Yeah. Fiery.
Who else is
Catherine?
there? Catherine. Genuine.
Real.
Proper, yeah.
Real.
Tina.
I can't say this in a word, but I just feel like Tina's in Tina world. She's in her own little bubble. Like, she's
coming across sweet. I don't know the right word for her either, though. It's weird, isn't it?
She's just off with the fairies.
Yeah.
She's like a little fairy. Tina's a fairy.
She's cute though.
Yeah.
She is sweet.
She's a nice
sweet.
girl.
And I don't feel like she's really put herself in anyone's business.
And she hasn't had a lot of showtime, which I think is a bit deep.
Yeah, so I feel like we need to get to know Tina more.
Yeah. Okay, Ekin?
I'd say a fiery 2.
Mine is going to be actress.
Kaz.
I'd say a bit probably confused. I think she knows what she wants, but I don't know if that's translating well.
And what's that?
Like with her actions, like for example, where, I don't know.
But I do think she's completely changed since Montel. Like, you can so tell she's into him.
She is 100%, and I'm glad for her because she deserves that experience too. Yeah. But I think she's searching for something that I don't think she's quite found yet, if that makes sense.
I get that because she seemed to have liked people quite quickly as well, and then I get what you're trying to say. I actually don't know the right word for her, but I do think that she is genuine.
I think she's a lovely girl.
I just think she's actually not had the best time in there.
No, she's had a tough run, I'm not going to lie. And I feel, do you know what? One thing I do want to say, I really feel for Kaz because I think on the outside world...
She got picked on there.
Massively. And on the outside world, though, she's such an amazing person. She does these amazing, beautiful things for the world.
Yeah.
Like
charity,
building houses, schools.
Yeah,
it's deep. I do feel like she got a little bit tarnished, but I really, really hope Kaz comes back from it. But for that reason, I feel like she's on a little journey right now, and I think she's just a little bit lost. But I really do hope things work out for her.
Still, though, I don't think she deserved like the amount of fucking sachets she got in that game.
No, man.
Like, what the hell? Like, and you know what it is for me is even if you don't like someone or if they've acted up or in that moment you all feel a type of way to that person.
Don't jump on her.
Once someone's down, okay, one person's picked her, okay, 2 people.
Bro, they picked her when she's down.
It's like every single person fell on top of her, and it's like, I can't lie, if I was there, I would have either gone like mad at everyone. I was
like, fuck off the lot of you.
I would have either like switched at everyone, or I would have cried. Because
I feel like she held it well.
There's 2 ways you go about something like that. It's not fair.
No, she held it well. I fucking hate that behaviour.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's like my biggest pet peeve, and I really, really don't like it when people have something to say, but they all like whispering to each other. Or be direct. Just say to her, listen, Kaz, like how Catherine did.
Like, do you know how silly she is though? Like, straight away she's gone to Catherine and said like, I know you still like him, you get to know him sort of thing. But do you see what I mean? Like, such a lovely person.
No, and she was honest with that situation, and Catherine was the only person, and Gabby to be fair, who said it to her straight but didn't make her feel like shit continuously.
Yeah.
So that behaviour I don't like, and I really, really hope that things can turn around for Kaz. I can't lie.
Yeah, I can't lie. I hope so too.
Yeah. Okay, boys. Let's start off with Ron.
Oh, he's just my best friend.
Oh.
Yeah. I only got one word to describe him. I think the most genuine person.
Yeah, sweet soul.
Gentleman.
Yeah. Mine would be cheeky. Even though it's not coming across like that on the show.
Which is so sad.
That's what's so sad. But he's a cheeky little chappy. Like, he's such a nice boy, man. Like, I really hope that comes out.
Honestly, that's why we really want you to see this side of him.
Yeah, man.
And hopefully that turns around. I feel like it will soon. I think sometimes coming in as a bombshell does set you back a bit in the sense of like, it takes a while to feel comfortable, and he's only been there for almost a week.
Yeah.
And I just hope that he gets comfortable. Maybe it's just because he doesn't fancy anyone at the minute.
I think so.
And I think that it's hard when everyone else kind of fancy someone.
Yeah, everyone's in like some sort of situation.
Like, look at Catherine, she went a bit more quiet when she felt like she couldn't pursue Naz. Well, she didn't want to, but like, as in like when it wasn't happening for her, she went a bit like, I feel shit.
Yeah,
kind of mode.
But naturally, because you're a bit.
So I feel like he feels the same.
Yeah.
So I get it in that sense.
Me too. Bless him.
Ronnie,
funny. I can't lie. He's a funny guy.
Yeah, annoying but funny.
Yeah. Luca.
Oh, I used to like him, but you snaked someone the other night.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't just say snake, because I do think, listen, I would say snake, but then I also think that he's got, I don't know, I feel like he's quite outspoken and funny in some ways. Like, he speaks up, but then I feel like he's done a few snaky things, like tell Grace, I get that's your partner in there, but also how long have you been coupled up for?
And that's your mate.
Yeah, I just think you didn't need to go and do that. But yeah.
I would actually say disingenuine too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really buy Luca's character at the minute. I can't work him out fully. I'll be real. Yeah. I can't actually work him out. In the beginning, I thought, what's your intention of even being here? You're not open to no connections. And the second, I feel like he just likes that little bit of a tease. He likes the fact that girls fancy him. But if that girl then turned around and was like, actually, I'm not feeling you. He's like, oh, you're not feeling me.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
That's such a good way to describe
it. I can't work him out at the minute. So because of a few things have happened, for now, I'm saying disingenuine.
Yeah. Okay, Scott.
I think he's a very deep person, and I think I don't know, what's the best way to describe him? I'll just say deep. He's a deep person. I think he feels deeply.
I would say, in some ways, he's like, even though I don't feel like he's been entirely honest the whole way through, I feel like he is quite honest, if that makes sense.
I think so too,
he speaks too much about what's on his mind. I think he feels it too quickly. And just says it so we all have a shock. But yeah, I'd say that. Casey?
Casey's Casey, man. Like, Casey is Casey. I'd say the best word for him, game player.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. We've been on a lot of times off.
Come on.
Do you know what?
Can't
I actually didn't dislike you before, but now you've gone and picked on. I just don't forget these things, you see. That's meant to be your boy.
I think just in total, though, everything, his actions, it's just not coming across as authentic. So
I think he's just young at heart, though, and he looks like he's just in there for a good time.
Yeah, but listen, that's cool, being there for a good time, but that does make you a game player.
Yeah, obviously.
Because he's not in there full up.
I
feel like you can really tell the difference between people who are, you might not go in there
like
fighting
Tina,
for a boyfriend.
She's so heartbroken.
Like people are in there to find a connection and still enjoy their time, but some people are in there, I'd say, just for the fame.
Yeah.
So
no,
Casey, sorry, but game player. Naz.
Oh. Naz, I just think that this ain't the right place for you.
No.
And that you're really bored in there. And you're not making it easy for anyone else, and especially not Catherine.
I think Naz is such a lovely boy. I think he doesn't have one bad bone in his body. However, Love Island wise, boring. I just don't think he's contributing much. Not on the boys' side, as in, he might be, but we're not seeing that. But as in, I don't see the bromance. I don't see the emotional connections, as in, for example, with Catherine. Maybe someone will come and things will change, but I don't know. And even sometimes, for example, you have the boys who are like friends with the girls, like how Scott and Luca were with Elma. Like, they were really close with her. They checked in on her, made sure she was okay. We're just not really getting that from Naz, so I'm going to go with boring.
Sorry.
Curtis, I'd say sweet and genuine person.
Really? I would say he's sweet and genuine too, but then I do think that, again, maybe this is just the act thing, like being an actor, but I do feel like it just comes to play at certain points. Montel?
Yeah. I'd say Montel is confident.
He's cute. Yeah, I think he's sweet.
Shall we do predictions?
Yes.
So, who do you think, obviously, a dumping is coming up very soon?
So, yeah, we've been asked to vote for, like, the favourite boy and favourite girl, so obviously we know one
boy, one girl.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm upset to say this, and I hope it's not true, but I hope they don't pick Catherine to go, only because she's not in a situation.
She deserves a chance.
But then at the same time, you could sit there and argue that Tina's not really going to be in a situation no more. But then also Elma. But I think Elma's too much of a fiery character.
I think Elma's bringing too much right now to be kicked out.
Yeah.
I think, unfortunately, it is going to be between Tina and Catherine.
Yeah, but I hope it's not her.
Me too.
Because I do feel like Catherine's in there and she will find someone if someone well suited comes in for her. Boy wise,
Naz for me.
Naz, and to be fair, not in a rude way at all, but I actually do hope it's Naz
because he's just not bringing much to the video, so it's not making sense for him to be
but
there.
Also, like, even if he does fancy going there, I don't ever see him push for it. So I just hope that, though, like, in the next few episodes we see him show his actual personality a bit more, like, and I think that will happen when either someone comes in for him, or if one of the girls in there and him actually start talking. Because I just feel like at the minute we're not seeing enough of who he really is, and that's just because I don't think he's been given a chance really. Me too. I really hope for Ron's sake that something comes out, either he establishes a new connection within the villa or a bombshell comes in for him, because he deserves it, and you guys will absolutely love him and his personality when he's actually himself. Yeah, it's true. But thank you guys for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll speak soon.